I'm amazing, just like that amazing guy behind you, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, love the
Happened
comic books.
They changed the sound of music, the audience for rap music.
When you saw me running Jay, you didn't see celebrity. You saw yourself. You get in front of the world and you let people know who you are.
It is an honor to meet you. I've been a fan for my entire life, and I absolutely loved this series. The
Oh, thank
first,
you.
the first question I got to ask is: we've seen movies, biopics are such a big thing. Were you ever approached with telling the Run DMC story as a narrative film instead of a
Yes,
documentary?
that was the first thing that everybody likes to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Just like Black Panther came out, everybody came running to me. D, do a movie like the Black Panther, the comic book movie. No, no. Let me just say. So to answer your question, yes, because you had Biggie, you had Podcast straight out of Compton. But Run DMC, as you know from our catalog of music, we was always into doing something a little different. You know,
Definitely.
we're not gonna sample James Brown and jazz. We're gonna make a rock record with rock guitars. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna talk about our gold chains and our diamonds and our women and our guns and stuff like that. We're gonna make a record about our sneakers. So for us, timing was perfect because even talking to people in the industry, most directors want to do a documentary.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So we say, you know what? Let's put the biopic thing on hold because you got to pick out what time period or what the story's going to be. We say, well, everybody's doing biopics. Let's do a Run DMC documentary. Let's do something the Beatles would do.
And it was awesome, and
Wow.
it's so good, and it reminds me, I was watching the movie Air, and early in the film they're talking about how nobody wanted Nikes, everybody wanted Adidas because of Run DMC, and it just reminded me there was a time before people knew who Run DMC were. Like, it was such a moment in history that things shifted. Do you feel that way when you hear your music on the radio or people singing it or things like that?
No, I mean I'm experiencing the shift right now. Because while it was happening, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about writing my next rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Next beat or whatever. But I'm experiencing it now because I go to a lot of schools and I speak. I speak at a lot of middle schools and elementary schools. So these are kids whose mothers and fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers are talking from the perspective that you just talked about. So I'll go there and talk to kids and say, yeah, maybe. And then I tell the kids, look, you know who I am. Y'all know my music. We do. You probably heard it in a movie and you probably heard it in a video game. And I'll go Sonic the Hedgehog. And they go, huh? And then all I got to do, I don't care if it's kindergarten or fifth grade, all I got to do is go, this speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock it, and the kids join in with me. So to this new generation, I'm not DMC or Run DMC. I'm DMC, the It's Tricky TikTok man. But you made that record. But the time before Run DMC, that was the beauty of it because it was at a time where people thought the whole culture of hip hop was a fad. So it was me Running Jay's responsibility to represent hip hop to make sure people will, if you talk about me, you will always have to go a little further back and talk about Grandmaster Flash, Grandmaster Caz, Kool Herc, and the Zulu Nation. So for Run DMC, the reason why we were so dynamic at what we was doing, me, Running Jay always said we had a responsibility to represent our culture in its truest form. So it doesn't, so that anything that is sacred or holy to a community, people, or culture will get diluted and polluted once it's commercialized. We didn't go into the music business. We brought hip hop into the music business. They didn't believe it would survive. The reason that it survived is because we kept it in its authentic form.
I remember being back here listening to Spoonie G's spooning rap. Yes, yes, y'all. Do, 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 boop, boop, boop. Cold Crush Brothers doing this us. You know, it's us, the Cold Crush. So in this area, we'd be listening to those type of songs, dreaming about making our own stuff. And we would just go back and forth, me and D. We noticed we had something. Me and D just created a whole vibration, just rhyming and walking and talking. We used to do it in the city too on 42nd Street. Rhyming and walking and talking. Rhyming and walking and talking and laughing. All day, all night.
And I think that one of the biggest things that I took away from watching this is I remember just like in the first episode, as it's going through how, you grab the Billy Squier song and he incorporated that and got that into the music, how nobody had a sound the way that Run DMC sounded. And now all these years later, my kids are teenagers and they are bringing music to me going, hey, Dad, have you heard this song? And I have to say, hold on a second, let's listen to some real music. Do you ever feel that way listening to music now? Like there's talent out there, there's greatness out there, but it's not the way it used to be.
Yes, 100%. So what the Run DMC doc is going to do is going to open up a new awareness. Because now, like I said, it can't critique and talk about anybody else's creativity. But what's going to happen is there's so much potential in hip hop. We ain't done. It's
Right.
50 years of hip hop. We're just getting started. There needs to be a realization that you can do what Latifah and Moni Love and Light did. You girls, you can keep your damn clothes on and you ain't got to shake your ass to be considered hip hop. And number one, all of you ain't got to sound and look alike. The same thing with the dudes. What's going on now? Hip hop has gotten lazy because it's easy to make a so-called hip hop record. A lot of this hip hop shit is not hip hop. What the labels did to make it easy to sell crap, foolishness, stupidity, and disrespect, label it hip hop, it'll work. The label of the hip hop is selling these records, not the quality of it. Like you said, if you listen to everybody before Run DMC, and if you look at everybody who was interviewed for this documentary, Ice-T to Ice Cube to Chuck D, Public Enemy, and everybody in between, all of us are doing the same thing, but none of us sound or look or dress alike. We all are rapping, we all are hip hop culture, but none of the people except Pete Rock don't sound like me. I don't sound like Q-Tip. Q-Tip don't sound like Chuck. Look at that. Right now, if the Run DMCs of this era all sound like the Run DMC, it's a million of them sounding the same way. When we came along, we broke that monotony, even to the point where if you listen to early hip hop, it was all message records. It was Life in the Ghetto, the message 1, message 2. Everybody was so damn depressed and going through something. So me, Run, and Jay came, we said, no, we're gonna make a song about Christmas. And it's gonna be gangster. We're gonna make a song about our sneakers. We're gonna make a song about it's hard to rock rhyme. Tricky to rock a rhyme was us telling the industry we ain't a fad. It ain't easy to sit here. Nowadays it's easy because all you gotta do is put the beat on and just say the same thing over the whole damn record and you can have a hit that is streaming everywhere and you could go tour for everywhere and the music sucks, from my opinion.
And
So,
I agree with you 100%. And I think that it's amazing. There's nobody like you. I cannot wait for people to watch this and open up a whole new generation to your greatness. Thank you so much for your time today.
I'm amazing, just like that amazing guy behind you, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Love the comic books.
Queens like me.
Damn right. Thank you, sir.
First time going in the studio felt weird. I was scared as shit. First of all, I never rocked a mic in public. You know what I'm saying? It was always in my basement or up in Joe's attic. I don't want to do this in front of nobody. But it's easy for me to do because I had thousands of hours in my basement alone.
You gotta understand something about D. This is a straight A student with glasses who was into comic books and would look like Preach from Cooley High. But D actually had all the skills in my mind to get whatever I needed done, and he could rhyme. So I just had to convince Russell that this is my partner in crime, or better yet, my partner in rhyme.